Hello and welcome to Movement Revolution on Demand. I am your coach, Austin, and today we're going to be going over how to improve or increase your balance and making sure that we're in proper form to maximize our balance potential, okay? So this will help when you're walking, when you're balancing on a single leg, when you're reaching for something. All these different things require a solid weight shift and utilization of our hips, core, chest, and our legs, okay? So we're going to be going over all those different pieces today. So the first thing that we have to think about when we're balancing or increasing our balance is using our hips as well as our chest and connecting the two through our core, okay? So first thing that we're going to go over is how to bring our core in tight. All right, I want you to think about your belly button coming as close to your spinal cord as you can, and that is how we engage our core. So relax, bring it in, and relax. Hold tight, relax. Hold tight, relax, okay? So we're gonna go over that 5 more times. I want you guys to bring your core in tight, relax. 1, core tight, relax. 2, core tight, relax. 3, 2 more. Squeeze, relax, squeeze, and relax, okay? So when we're doing our different positions today, keeping that core tight, so wherever your chest goes, your hips have to follow, or wherever your hips go, your chest has to follow, okay? So we're gonna create a rectangle here between our hips and our chest, and we never want our rectangle to tip over, okay? So if we weight shift to the right side, I'm bringing my hips over, my chest is following. So that was a good weight shift. Here's another one. And now I'm going to show you guys a bad example, okay? So chest past my hips, tipping over my rectangle, okay? So now we're going to go side to side weight shifting, working on keeping your chest right over your hips, okay? So we simultaneously do this as we're walking. And if we have any little bit of chest dipping or hip slipping, that can cause some gait problems, which can manifest when you're walking and your walking pattern, okay? So we want to make sure that we have the correct muscles being utilized before we take our steps, before we weight shift, before we try to lift up on a single leg, okay? So now we're going to weight shift over to one side. You see how my hip came to the outside of my ankle, and we're going to lift the other leg in the air, okay? Now to think about what we should be thinking about while we're doing this is stabilizing through our hip and our glute in the backside and not necessarily this knee coming up. So let me show you an example of that. If I'm focused here in my core or in my hip, keeping my core tight, my chest right over my hips, I'm thinking about balancing here and not as much about that leg coming up. If you weight shift and think about this leg coming up, it's gonna pull you to wherever that leg is going, okay? So even if it's up here, you guys can see how my rectangle tipped because I was focused on my knee coming up. Focus on your stability as you're being mobile. And that's how we're gonna keep the best position possible as we're trying to increase our balance. So we're gonna go to the other side. We're going to not think about this knee coming up, but the position that's stabilizing through our core, our glutes, and our chest, and work on single leg balance, okay? So we're going to go to the right leg now, and we're going to try to hold for as long as you can. I'm going to lift my leg up and hold for 15 seconds. Try to follow along. If you're having troubles, check your position on your camera. See if your hip is over inside of your ankle. If it's to the inside, we know we need to weight shift a little bit farther to allow room for this leg to come up while maintaining our balance. All right, we got 3, 2, 1 left on this side. All right, we're going to put the left leg down, shift into our left side, hips right underneath your chest, keeping your core tight to connect the two, and you're going to lift the leg. I'm not thinking about this knee being in the air. I'm thinking about my left leg stabilizing through the ground. Again, my hip is to the outside of my ankle. My chest is right over it. If I get over to here, I have nowhere else to go but back down. So we got to make sure we're weight shifting out far enough, holding that leg. 3, 2, 1, left on the left leg. We're going to put that leg back down, okay? So now we're going to talk about it as we're walking, all right? So if I were to take a step, I have to make sure my hip is over my foot, over my chest, or under my chest, I should say, before I take that next step. Now you can see here, I'm going to shift into my left side, keeping my chest over my hips, and lift that next leg. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys 3 steps forward where I'm weight shifting, step, weight shifting, step. Okay, so you guys can see here that I am making sure that I'm correctly weight shifting to increase my postural balance. Okay, so go ahead and follow along on this video. And if you have any questions, you guys can email me those at austin@movement-revolution.com. I hope this helps you guys increase your balance, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.